No price talk and no Lambos. This is not another crypto podcast. Welcome to Ignition. I'm your host, Jillian, and each week we will be looking at the problems solved by blockchain. I'll be going deep with the people building the apps and communities which are changing the world around us.
And welcome to Ignition, which is EOS Dublin's podcast with me, Jillian Gotzel. And today I'm joined by Raman Bindlish, who is the CEO of IWAD and Blockstart One. Wow, IWAD, we're just talking about IWAD is investing with a difference. And it's only 1% of what you do, Raman, but it's a huge part of your profile.
Hi, Jillian. Glad to be here. Yes, I think investing with a difference, as we were talking earlier, it was an accident on my side. We were just trying to create some information for some investors in our community, and it became a YouTube channel. We started posting this video. I think it's become a big part of the community building effort because a lot of people come there for the information, and it gives me a portal where I can go talk about my thoughts and share my ideas around crypto and specifically around EOS world.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. And how often do you post videos? It's infrequently. Is it once a month, once a week?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it all depends on how much time I have a particular time. Sometimes I just end up posting like 4 or 5 videos in a week. Sometimes there is no video at all for the whole week. So it's not very regular. I wish I could, but I think my idea is to share my thoughts whenever I can. I just my MacBook and record the screen. That's the only time I spend. Don't plan it. I don't edit them. So it's just the raw videos.
But you have a huge audience now, though, from that.
Yeah, I think it's more than 4,500 people as I see right now. And it's kind of interesting because what I realized is I come from a background where I've seen a lot of things in before blockchain as a private equity, as venture capital firms and so on. So I realized that there is no objective view. Like crypto was becoming very religious place. People were like, either you love it or you hate it. So I think it's a lot of people are for a balanced view, I would say. Mm-hmm. And that's my focus. And it's there is no agenda. The goal is to just discuss what's going on. Of course, I love EOS. So I'm a little, nowadays, you can say that as I go into this rabbit hole, I do love EOS. And at sometimes you may find me biased. It's a natural process.
We all love EOS in this podcast. You're in the right place. You're amongst friends. So
all right.
Where are you based then? Where are you physically located?
Yeah, I'm in the Silicon Valley. I've been in tech world for 17 plus years. So yeah, I'm in San Jose area. We are it's an amazing place. It's you get so many ideas every day. You go out, you meet people. So yeah, that's the last 10 years I've spent here. It's been amazing.
And where do you hail from before that?
I've traveled a lot for my job. So I come from India. I was born in India and now I'm a US citizen. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was brought up and my schooling was in India. And I'm an engineer by background. And I started traveling for my work and ended up here.
Wow. And so is America your home now?
That's right.
Yeah, you're a citizen. So tell me a bit about your 17 years in fintech industry. Tell me some of the things that you've done in your background.
Okay, not really fintech. So it's as I said, I was an engineer. So I started I've been doing a lot of mobile industry, the startups I have been helping as an advisor. So I'm still in a high tech job in my day job. Not a lot of people know that I'm.
Wow. Okay.
So, but I think overall, I've been involved with some of these VCs funds as a technology expert. I was advising them for last, I think, another 8 to 10 years. I've been very actively involved before blockchain. Mm-hmm. And that got me, of course, as you are looking at more and more startups in last 5 to 6 years, especially around 2016, I think a lot more blockchain startups started showing up on our radar. Mm-hmm. As a part of VC activities. And that's where I think I got exposed to the blockchain and EOS.
And what did they come together? Like your first exposure, was it EOS or was that just a happy coincidence or did you choose to go after EOS?
No, I think my first exposure was, of course, Bitcoin. I think as everybody has, there are a lot of Bitcoin craze, which I think 2015-16, a lot of it came into mainstream. I started seeing it. I didn't really believe in the idea of just a currency being an application. But when the Ethereum came around, I think I saw a lot of projects in Ethereum, which went past by me. Again, as I said, I was not an investor myself. I was just a kind of advisor. Mm-hmm. And I was still learning. But more and more we dived into it. I would say Ethereum, which is very exciting, great talent was coming up and great ideas were coming. As a part of the VC fund, my job was to define whether it's feasible, whether it makes sense in real world, like in execution wise. Mm-hmm. That's where I think EOS came into picture. Like we were kind of very frustrated with most of the ideas. They were great on paper. They would never become a real world application. And that's where we started looking at alternatives. And that's when I started hearing about Dan Larimer. I started hearing about EOS, and I just dived into it, and I could never stop after that.
Wow. Because you're the largest single proxy account. Is that correct in the community?
In terms of number of people and number of accounts, that looks like that's right. I think we started the proxy in very early days, as soon as the EOS within like 10 days or so. Mm-hmm. And because of the following on YouTube, I think a lot of people started proxying. So yes, I believe we are the largest proxy in terms of number of accounts.
That's cool. So now you're working with an EOS.io incubator in Silicon Valley. Tell me a bit about that and some of your partners that you're working with.
All right. So I think we last 3-4 months, going through this whole craze of mainnet launch and the euphoria around it, we realized that we need to create more, we need to build more in EOS to make it successful. And as I was always excited about the projects and the technology rather than the investment piece of EOS, I wanted to take part in it. And more and more developers started coming. We did a San Francisco conference around the EOS hackathon. We did a scaling blockchain conference just to create a little more buzz around. Then I got in touch with a lot of developers. We have been partnering with Blockchain University locally here, with Google developer groups and so on. Mm-hmm. And that was just for I love talking to developers and new ideas. And then I realized that all these people need guidance and consultancy on how to build projects. That's where the incubator idea was born. And now we are doing a lot of webinars. We're doing a lot of education for developers. We are doing a consultancy for projects, and I'm getting ideas now. Every day I jump onto these calls with these, some of them are actually running businesses. Unfortunately, I cannot talk about all of them or some of them, because many of them are in early stages. I'm sure in next few months, we will be able to talk more about projects we are working on. But these are real ideas, real businesses who want to join blockchain, and we're just trying to educate them how to really successfully a blockchain-based app. So we are trying to do developer outreach. We are trying to provide consultancy services. That's currently what Blockstart is doing. And our hope is that we will be able to bring these apps to real world with the help of some of the VC partners we are bringing on board. We are trying to fund them and try to get them on their feet and show to the world very soon what blockchain real world use cases can look like.
This is very exciting because you say it's the use case. It really is the holy grail. We've had all the hype, and now we want to see, as you keep on saying, real life examples. So your incubator is working as both bringing together startups and VC funding as well. It's education and finance.
That's correct. So I think VC funding, as I said, we are always looking for partners. What I have seen in the VC world, as I said, I have experienced before blockchain. If you have the right product, I've never seen money being a problem for. There is enough funding available. You can always reach out to VCs. The problem is it was too early. When this whole boom happened in crypto world, most of these ideas were getting funded based on just white papers or half-baked idea, which were not really feasible in real world. What we are focusing right now is to get those ideas built. I don't think money is ever a problem in this world if you have the right thing built and you have the right application built.
Wow, that's very exciting. So, and I've heard that echoed before by other people in the space, that the crypto winter has been very good for building technology and building use cases. So the hype is sort of forgotten for a bit, and everybody has their heads down and they're working very hard. So would you agree with that it's been a good time to see new projects coming through?
I would agree partially to that. So let me put my perspective. It's great for EOS community because EOS was a great product as a platform, whatever Block One gave us, and it's still developing. So as the crypto winter landed, all the other projects were the competitors, they are kind of struggling, and EOS was delivered very well. And it was working right from day one when we launched mainnet. And so it's a great thing for EOS community. It's not so great for some of the other projects who are competing. But I would say that for EOS, if you are in EOS, it's the best thing which could have happened because you have a cheap EOS token as a developer. If you want to buy resources, if you joined late, if you're not lucky to be at that 50-cent ICO mark when a lot of people jumped in. And also, it gives you a runway where EOS has now hardly any competition with the kind of scalability EOS has. And developers who are developing on EOS will have like huge advantage as compared to anything else which comes in future. So that's why it's great to build. And I'm glad that EOS developers and more apps are coming every day. I'm sure they will build a huge moat around them as we progress and as the markets recover.
It is exciting. So people want to get hold of you. Tell me, where is your IWAD, and also more importantly, where's the Blockstart? So how can they reach you for both those projects?
Sure. So I think for Blockstart, as the name says, so it's a blockstart.one is our website. Anybody can go, and if you want to reach out to us, there is a link to contact us. We have a Telegram groups on blockstart.one. You can join us on Telegram. For Investing with a Difference, the same thing. You can. It's a YouTube community. So the best place to get all the information is the YouTube channel, that is Investing with the Difference. So you can just say youtube.com/investing with the difference. And we do have our social media links on the YouTube channel itself. Again, we have a very good, thriving Telegram community. I think that's what most of the people use in EOS world. And we are very active on Telegram as well as on these channels. We do have Twitter account as well. The links are right there on our YouTube channel.
Perfect. What I'd love to do, Raman, is have you back again when you can talk about some of the use cases, because I'm very curious to see what's coming down the line, the real use cases. So I would love maybe in a month or so when you have something that maybe you can share with us, maybe come on and talk to us about some of your projects.
Sure. No, I think I would love to share maybe, yes, I think month or two will be great. And more than just use cases, I also talk about user experience. Like, how do you experience blockchain? That would really change in future. And what I love about EOS, that's what we talk about in our webinars also. The kind of features EOS provides, like, the usernames, the permission systems, and so on, you will be really surprised how blockchain will transform. People will not even know they're using blockchain. And that's what I'm most excited about.
You're right. It's like the internet now. No one ever talks about, I use the internet, whatever. They just, book flights, buy clothes, buy books, whatever it is. You just go and use it. It's not, I must go and look at the HTTP. So,
that's right. And this is exactly when you say use case, we will be talking about the same thing. We're not going to talk about anything different. You will do the same thing you're doing already. You will be just doing it better. You will just be doing it in a more secure manner, or maybe in a trustless manner where you're more confident about what you're doing.
That is very exciting. Well, Raman, thank you so much for your time today. We're definitely having you back. I want to hear about some of those use cases, what's happening. So maybe, what month is now? It's March now. So maybe April, end of April or May, we'll come back and we will have a chat again.
Sure. Sounds good, Jillian. And thanks a lot for having me. It's always exciting.
Yeah, no, super. Thank you so much. That's Raman Bindlish, the CEO of IWAD and Blockstart.one.
Thank you.